Maybe I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. This is the happy hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico are with you today. Rico Heller.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going great.
Great shirt today. Sun's out, buns out.
Thank you, everybody. Sun's out, buns out. Those are the rules.
Thomas,
Talking hot dogs. Keep your butts in your pants.
keep butts in pants.
Keep your butts in your pants.
College World Series update. Men's College World Series update. Sorry. Texas A&M leads Notre Dame in an elimination game 3-0. 2 elimination games are today. Obviously, Texas A&M and Notre Dame currently happening. And then later tonight, it's Arkansas and
The other team that is in Stanford or Texas or Oklahoma or Ole Miss. I honestly
Arkansas, Auburn.
There you go. I honestly forget
Oh,
who it
boy.
is. The other SEC team.
Don is trying to bring First Texter back.
Congratulations, Don. You are the first text of the day. You are the winner of absolutely nothing.
God, that was original happy hour bit.
Man.
Back
Memories.
We're almost to a full year of doing this show.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
What are you getting me for our anniversary?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about that yet. I'll probably do. So, let's do a trivia. Do you remember the first day that we made?
I do.
Did a show. That's hurtful.
It was like August something.
August 16th.
There you go.
August 16th. We made all the changes. Happy hour was born.
I'll get you a bouquet.
And
of flowers.
no, thank you. Who would have thought that on June 21st, 2022, it would still be alive? Did you, Rico?
Not me.
Did the listeners know? 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. Want to hear your thoughts all hour long, as well as the video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can always hit us up on our personal Twitters as well. Wherever we go, poll questions, all that good stuff. Nick _Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. Garbage Man says, not us. That's for sure.
OG Les Lancaster says, hot dog buns, the take discriminates against hamburger buns. I do not.
Hey,
hamburger buns are
that's
actually,
right.
Look, hamburger buns are actually the better of the buns.
Ooh.
Where are we going with this?
Peanut butter and jelly on hamburger buns was a big
that's
topic.
Terrible. That's a terrible idea.
Immediately made
Never
me think
do
about it.
Never do it again.
Why does the ticket discriminate against hamburger buns?
We don't. I love hamburger buns, but this
You're
shirt
not
has
the
a hot dog.
ticket.
This shirt has a hot dog on it.
Okay.
Because we said hot
There
dog
you go.
buns.
Adam says first is the worst, second is the best,
Third is the one in the polka dotted dress.
or the hairy chest.
There's that as well.
Garbage Man says, not us. We didn't think this show would last. That's for sure. Thomas
But now
and
look at
Lincoln.
you.
Oh, Rico, I'm going to get you a Wingstop gift card courtesy of the radio station.
Aw, thanks.
He also asks, who's your favorite NBA player?
It's not LeBum James. It's Carmelo Anthony.
Mm.
If
Is
you
he
would
still,
actually
is he
listen,
still around?
if you would actually listen to this show or listen to this radio station, you would know Thomas and Lincoln.
Where's Carmelo at?
He's currently a free agent, unrestricted.
Shocker.
Well, he signed a 1-year deal with the Lakers. It was supposed to be an easy ring for him, and then Anthony Davis decided,
Then LeBron James happened.
He's like, I don't want to play basketball anymore. I won my one ring. I don't have anything to prove to anybody. Actual quote from Anthony Davis.
Wow. Jeremy says, what's on for Taste Test Tuesday? Taste Test Tuesday might be dead.
That might be dead. Nobody gave us any ideas. You guys are terrible. All right. Yeah, I'm blaming all of you.
I was tired of trying all these weird types of soda.
I'm blaming the texting audience.
And surprisingly enough, the Wagyu burger from Arby's, expensive.
Yeah, very. Not buying that. Not with my own money. Especially if we have to split it 5 ways or whatever.
Yeah, no way.
Hard pass.
Because I've also heard good things about it.
So have I.
So
I
I
heard
don't
that
wanna-
it just tastes like a regular burger because it's Wagyu meat and ground beef mixed together. It's not just Wagyu
It's
because
not
that's
really-
expensive.
Hey,
That's very
Rico, you're
expensive.
telling Arby's secrets, man.
Well, it says it in the commercial. You'd have to look for it. Look, when you're watching commercials, look around for a little little
Fine print.
fine print. They just put it in random places. It just says like Wagyu beef mixed with ground beef. And I go, oh, you guys.
That's too bad. Thomas Lincoln says, truthfully, I could give less bleeps about the garbage NBA. NHL is hands down better. Henry says Carmelo Anthony is garbage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
A
there you
top
go.
10 scorer all time is garbage. Yeah, missed me with that.
OG Les Lancaster thinks he's funny. When the show started at 2 p.m. today, I wasn't sure it would last this long. Come on. Damn it. Come on.
Love you, Les.
Don, I threw out Rico Roulette and the Masked Saner as bits for what it's worth. What was the Masked Saner? Oh,
You
had
had to
an
like
athlete.
describe an
God, think
athlete.
about all the game shows that have died.
I don't remember what Rico Roulette would have even been.
Yeah, we're always open for bits, though, by the way.
Explain what Rico Roulette was, and maybe I bring it back and force it to be a thing. Because you people, yeah, I mean the texters and the listeners, you guys don't help us out.
Not at all. All right.
You guys are lucky we brought the tip jar back.
Tip jar is alive. Caramello.
Caramello.
Is that what I said?
No.
Okay. Sometimes
I don't think you did.
Sometimes I say.
Did you
bad
know
things.
overseas in like Asia they call him Melon?
No.
That's like a nickname.
That's
that
not
they gave
true.
him. Yeah,
That's not
Melon.
true.
It's weird.
All right, Rico. So we talked about it yesterday. Once again, 402-464-5685. Jello shots.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about how many Jello shots have been purchased at Rocco's Pizza Joint in Omaha, courtesy a place at the College World Series. And
I need to go there.
Arkansas and Ole Miss are clearly out in front.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Not even close.
So as of 5:30 p.m. on Monday evening, Arkansas, since Friday, had purchased 4,644 Jello shots as a fan base. Ole Miss's fan base purchased 4,579 Jello shots. Now, once again, these are coming at you at $4.50 a pop. At 9:30 this morning, so 16 hours later, and keep in mind while I'm reading you these numbers that the 16 hours, Rocco's is not open the entirety of that 16 hours. They probably close at, I don't know, probably midnight, maybe 2 at the latest.
They probably
Open.
They probably stay open later during
Okay,
the
so
College
2.
World Series, honestly.
2 is when bars close. So we'll just say 2.
Yep.
Then they open pizza probably 10 at the earliest.
A little early lunch, probably.
10.
10,
Okay.
11.
News? No, I'm just kidding. 10. Okay, so 10 a.m. So that takes away 8 of the hours. So in 8 hours of being open, at 9:30 this morning, they sent out a tweet. Arkansas, as a fan base, has purchased 6,526 Jello shots. Ole Miss has purchased 5,428. So in that 8 hours, Arkansas bought 1,882 Jello shots. Ole Miss, in 8 hours, bought 849. Just between those two fan bases, 2,731 Jello shots were bought at $4.50 per pop. Breaking it down in how much each fan base spent, Arkansas fans, $8,469 were spent in the last 8 hours. Ole Miss, $3,820 spent for a grand total between Arkansas fans and Ole Miss fans, not counting any of the other 4 or 5 teams that are in the tournament. The Razorbacks and the Hotty Toddy folks have spent a combined $12,289 in the last 8 hours on Jello shots.
$14,619 between all of the teams.
On Jello shots.
And the tournament's not over.
And it's not over. It started Friday. We still have a full weekend. You still have a full weekend. And Ole Miss is 2-0. So they still got games.
Yeah, baby.
They're still here.
Take that, Arkansas.
Arkansas has an elimination game tonight. I think they'll probably beat Auburn. However, Ole Miss and Arkansas played last night. Ole Miss kicked Arkansas's behind.
Yes, they did.
So once again, I'll reiterate. In the last 8 hours, and this was, I guess, at 10 a.m. this morning when I looked at it. In the last 8 hours between 5:30 p.m. and 10 a.m. when Rocco's is open, Arkansas, as a fan base, bought 1,882 Jello shots at $4.50 a pop. Ole Miss fan base, 849. Unbelievable. And we said it yesterday. Brilliant marketing strategy to make it a competition between the fan bases, especially when you have an SEC heavy tournament. And there's 6 teams from that single conference in this tournament. There's going to be a lot of competition, a lot of competitive juices flowing between the fan bases. And in all reality, I was thinking about this more last night. They are probably making the Jello shots extremely weak, especially if you're buying a total. As of 10 a.m. this morning, Arkansas fans had consumed 6,526 Jello shots. You're probably making them super weak so that, number one, it saves you money. Number two, people aren't passed out drunk on the Rocco's pizza floor.
I actually did my math wrong.
Okay.
Very wrong. It's actually 63,000.
There you go.
I was like, when I said it, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's less than like the amount of shots. Yeah, no. $63,265.50.
That's what I'm saying. Rubber Duck from LinkedIn. I ain't paying $4 for a Jello shot. These guys are $4.50. Like the overhead, the profits that Rocco's is making off of this, astronomical.
Oh yeah. But like, so
like
Arkansas and Ole Miss are going back and forth with big name brands like coming in and helping them out. So was it Arkansas? Oh, but keep messing up. Okay, for Arkansas, it's Banded Brands Hunting Gear, who came in late last night and bought 1,000 Jello shots to hand out to Arkansas fans.
Unbelievable.
And for Ole Miss, it's Real Tree Hunting.
These are all Real Tree or just hunting places.
Ole Miss, an Ole Miss alum who bought 900 Jello shots last night.
That's unbelievable. I'm trying to find
900 Jello shots from one person.
I'm trying to find the updated numbers because I'm sure
he hasn't put it up yet.
Okay, so
he or she, I don't know who.
Yeah, whoever's running it,
they'll probably update it some point soon, probably after this game is over or sometime during it.
And this texter makes a good point. Weather helps you too because you'll just sweat out all the alcohol. Gus says, "I hope it's sugar-free Jello. Hate for any of those hillbillies to lose any more teeth."
Come on, Gus.
But anyway, like they're probably making it super weak. I doubt that there's a Jello distributor listening, but if there is, what kind of discount is Rocco's getting on buying Jello in bulk?
Do you think they go straight to Jello? Okay, with how big this is getting and how like there's a lot of retweets, likes, comments on this.
Straight to Jello.
Like, does Jello and some whatever alcohol brand with vodka, some
Tito's.
random vodka brand and Jello partner together for next year's CWS and just sponsor this for Rocco's?
So you
got to try.
Here's what I'll do. I almost called you for Sean. Rico.
Whoa.
Sorry. Here's what I'll do, Rico. I'm going up tomorrow night to the College World Series.
Okay.
I will go to Rocco's
Mhm.
and purchase a Jello shot.
Who for? Should the listeners choose for you?
Yeah, listeners choose. What team do I purchase a Jello shot for?
Who does he support?
Arkansas or Ole Miss?
No eliminated teams.
No eliminated teams.
So Arkansas might be done tonight.
Arkansas might be done tonight. So I guess between the 2-0 teams, Ole Miss
or Oklahoma.
I
say Ole Miss. That's the team I chose at the beginning of the
You
whole
did.
thing.
You did. That's give props
Look
to you.
at me.
So I will find. I got to figure out where Rocco's Pizza is.
Gus
Thomas,
says,
yeah.
dudes, a store brand box of Jello runs about 30 cents.
That's what I'm saying. Are they going to Hy-Vee? Like, is Hy-Vee just providing all the Jello, Hy-Vee brand Jello?
Maybe.
And I
That's
wonder,
still,
I
okay,
wonder
but
how
like,
much you
Gus,
portion out the Jello.
Yeah, that's a lot of Jello still. Like, even if it's 30 cents and it's a box, I don't know how many shots that'll make for you. But that's still a decent amount of Jello, right?
Because
to make 6,000 shots for one team.
I'm curious how big they like. I'm genuinely interested to go to. I'll go tomorrow to Rocco's, probably have to stand in a line because
You're definitely gonna have to stand.
because this is such a big thing. So I'll have to go to Rocco, stand in a line. I'll post a picture on Twitter, Nick_Sainert, and just let me know what team I should do it. So we have a couple for
Post
Ole
a video
Miss.
of you taking the Jello shot.
There you go. I'll do that too. Maybe I'll have a buddy with me.
Perfect.
Maybe I'll post a hat with a buddy.
Perfect.
Thomas and Lincoln says Oklahoma. I was shocked to see any Oklahomas. I know Thomas and Lincoln is a Texas fan. However,
That doesn't make any sense. Not the Texas.
oh,
part,
that's
the-
true.
But the why are you
Why are
having
you
him
want
take the shot for
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma? We don't want Oklahoma to win anything. Granted, your one shot isn't going to make much of a difference, but still.
Yeah, so Oklahoma, I think if Arkansas wins tonight, I'll probably support Arkansas.
Makes sense. That's your team.
However, looks like okay, so we have a couple for looks like Ole Miss is winning right now. So we'll take thoughts throughout the entire time. I wonder, so I looked up cheap vodka brands because I'm not a vodka guy. Just to think, what are they using? First one that pops up for cheap vodka. Smirnoff.
I
So
feel like that's cheap, but it's not the cheapest. Like
Svedka?
Barton's.
Barton's, dude. Yeah.
Like nail polish remover.
Yeah. So it's Svedka is bad, I guess. It's cheap.
Svedka's not terrible.
It just says
It's not great.
literally Google says best cheap vodkas to drink in 2022. Smirnoff is number 1, Svedka is number 2.
Yeah, Svedka's not great.
New
but it's not
Amsterdam?
terrible. Never had that one.
Neither have I. I hate vodka,
Do you?
but we're about to try it. We're about to find the Jello shots.
Perfect.
That's all I care about. Jello
Not a
shots.
tequila guy. That's my thing.
You know what? I am not a tequila guy either. Unnamed texture says, I bet they use Barton's. I wouldn't even be surprised if they sold them without alcohol. Exactly. Like, at what point does this thing get, if they're selling to a big group and a group is buying thousands or hundreds, I guess, of Jello shots for the entire bar
Mhm.
and putting them all on Arkansas's tab, are they really putting alcohol?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You think?
You'd have to.
How do we test
Part of your
this?
branding. I don't know.
How do we test
I
this?
don't know.
I can't. There's no like quick alcohol test that I could probably
I
run.
don't think so. You have to
Can't.
watch. You're gonna have to go to the back. And
Maybe
watch them make
maybe
the
I
Jell-O
should
shots.
I should
you
do a
get
show.
behind- Should you get?
I should do a story
behind the look. Rocco's
behind
Jello
the look,
shots.
behind the look,
Ju-
behind the
shut your
scenes.
face, all right, you know what I mean.
Easy. No shutting faces here. All right, so
Behind the scenes with Nick Sainert.
maybe I'll reach out to Rocco's
You
and
should.
see if I can get a behind the scenes thing on Jello shots. Just watch him make one. It's probably gonna make me sick.
Watch them make yours.
Okay, that works. Taste test.
That's the
Gabe
difference.
says you can definitely tell if there's any alcohol in a Jello shot. All right. We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. Once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. Appreciate you guys chiming in. Dusty says send Nate to test one. I'm sure he'll know if there's alcohol or not.
Big vodka guy.
Big vodka guy, one of his 5 main food groups there for Nathan Brennan. But I will go to Rocco's tomorrow when I go up to the College World Series, going to the 6:00 game, and we'll see if I can either get a behind the scenes thing or if I can just taste it and see how long the line is. I hope it's not too long. We'll find it out. All right. So when we come back, I want to kind of dive into the Big Ten and the transfer numbers because Nebraska added 16 transfers. Tom Fornelli of CBS Sports said that Purdue and Michigan State will take a step back. We'll dive deeper into that coming up next on the Happy Hour.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Ram Make the Switch event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast today, partly sunny skies, maybe a little hot this afternoon and breezy as well. See an afternoon high of around 92. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected with light winds, see a low of around 68. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return with a high of around 90. Meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Beatrice Bakery. They ship cakes all over the country. True story. But take a look inside their shop and you'd have no idea. This is a Nebraska product through and through. Not some massive production plant. Local people making delicious cake just for you. So go see them in their new storefront location in downtown Beatrice. Grab some grandma's fruit cake, some chocolate rum cake, or my favorite, the turtle nut cake. And say hi to Rick and the crew. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hey, it's Kinsey Nicholas from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice or when I'm working out, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, smoke detectors, lighting, and ceiling fans, and more. They take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 and learn more at highelectric.com.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly. 402-464-5685. Rico, do you get into Wimbledon at all?
Not really. Not until like the final couple days, and even then, I don't really get into it. I just start paying more attention into who's playing and what's going on. But I wouldn't say that I'm big into tennis. I just know that Rafael Nadal is the GOAT, and I love him.
Okay, that's a good ending to a sentence.
What?
Whoa. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the studio.
That is a good ending to a sentence.
And good ending to a sentence because I'm
Put it on a t-shirt.
Huge Wimbledon fan.
You are?
I will get up at 6 a.m. and watch matches.
Wow.
But I won't do it for the U.S. Open. I won't do it for the French Open. I won't.
Why?
It's only Wimbledon.
Why?
There's something.
You a fan of the white unis?
It's the white dress code and the white uniforms, and the idea that they play on grass. It's just something different.
Okay.
So that's just
yeah.
Say it, Rico.
You're a fan of the all white.
Okay, moving on.
Had to get that out of the way.
I know.
I'm sorry.
We had to say it. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline. The Sartor Heyman text line, both those open for you guys. The entire show, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff. Join us on the video stream. So Tom Fornelli had this article out the other day that he looked at the Big Ten, if this laptop will load, looked at the Big Ten to see other teams' transfer portal numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually predicted, this Tom Fornelli of CBS Sports, actually predicted that Purdue and Michigan State will take a step back. So we look at Purdue and Michigan State,
mm-hmm.
and think back to
even without the transfer numbers. I guess you could kind of agree with them on that, considering that Michigan State is losing.
Yes,
a lot because they had a bunch of people transfer in there. I mean, they're losing one of the better running backs in the Big Ten, and Purdue is losing one of the better pass rushers in the Big Ten. So taking a step back in that sense makes sense, but continue. Sorry.
No, it's okay. What's interesting here, Michigan State is more interesting in my eyes than Purdue, because you're sitting here saying, well, you just signed Mel Tucker to a massive deal,
all the money.
And he utilized the transfer portal, probably the most successful out of anybody in college football last year. And a big one is because of Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Michigan State was kind of exception to the rule, I guess. If people, not to me, but to some people who say you can't live through the transfer portal, for at least one season, Michigan State made their hay in the transfer portal, and it paid dividends this last season, where a lot of the transfers that they brought in were successful within the program and were the main reasons for the Spartans' success.
So this is what he says about Michigan State. Once again, this comes from Tom Fornelli of CBS Sports. The Spartans are going to be interesting study in 2022. Coach Mel Tucker has sent a jolt of electricity through this program as he hit nothing but grand slams in the transfer portal last season and helped lead the Spartans to a Peach Bowl. He's been active in the portal again this offseason, and the Spartans are also experiencing plenty of success on the recruiting trail, with a top 10 class thus far in the 2023 cycle. After finishing last season ranked number 9 in the AP Top 25, this team is a lock to start 2022 in the top 15, if not higher. But we shouldn't assume that everything worked in 2021 will continue to work in 2022. He goes on to say this, and this is something that kind of really speaks volume to where we're at in college football. What's fascinating about Michigan State is that they had so much success in the portal. Kenneth Walker finished 6th in the Heisman voting, but the portal is still a new tool. We don't have enough evidence to suggest one way or another if being so reliant on it is a stable way to maintain success. What happens to the Spartans if the players they've added via the portal this season don't have the kind of success Walker experienced? Exactly what we've been talking about all offseason. Nebraska goes out, gets the commitment of 16 guys through the transfer portal. One's your quarterback that's going to be touching the ball every single snap. More are running backs through, obviously, the JUCO ranks with Anthony Grant. And then you also have the big-name wide receivers, the big-name defensive linemen, who Rico was telling me earlier today, Stephon Wynn has been pleased with how the mentality is going here in Nebraska.
Stephon Wynn was interviewed. It's on On3 if you guys want to go over there, and 1-year membership for $1.
Yeah.
It's on On3. Stephon Wynn was interviewed, and he compared Nebraska to Alabama. Now, wait for it. He said that when he first got to Nebraska, after he committed, he was thinking, with everything that's been going on, that there would be a lack of buy-in. But when he was here, he's among the players, he's among, teammates, that everybody is bought in and everybody is focused on beating Northwestern and having a very successful season, which he compares to the amount of buy-in and focus on winning a national championship at Alabama. He's not directly comparing Nebraska and Alabama. He's saying that the buy-in and the focus on getting to a goal that you have set is similar in terms of the players at Nebraska and Alabama.
Tom Fornelli ends up continuing talking about Purdue, because I mentioned that the other 3 teams outside of Purdue and Michigan State that he believes will take a step back. Pittsburgh, obviously, you lose
That's
Kenny.
Be a big step back.
Yeah, you lose Kenny Pickett, you lose Jordan Addison, and you lose Mark Whipple as well, among others. Oklahoma State, which I think is an interesting one.
I mean, they had a fantastic season. They had an amazing. If they were 1 win away from being in the college football playoff.
Then the other one, Kentucky. You lose Wandale.
You lose Wandale. You keep Will Levis. They utilized the transfer portal a decent amount this offseason, but replacing one of the best wide receivers in the SEC is going to be a tall task, especially for a guy who eats his bananas sideways.
True.
And with the peel on.
So we've actually, looking at the schedule, you look at Nebraska's opponents, and obviously that thought of this is manageable, right, or favorable. It's hard not for that to creep into your mind, and I think rightfully so. Purdue, Tom Fornelli goes on to say this about Purdue. Ask around Big Ten country for a sleeper team in the conference, and you'll hear Purdue mentioned a lot. The Boilermakers are coming off their first 9-win season since 2003 and have Aiden O'Connell back at quarterback, who is preseason second team All Big Ten. It's the first time in the Jeff Brom era that Purdue enters the summer without questions about who will be the team's starting signal caller. Still, while I understand the buzz and belief that the Boilermakers are poised to surprise in a Big Ten West without a clear favorite, Tom Fornelli is pumping the brakes. Here's the stat of the day. Stat of the day. No, we don't. No, it's fine. Purdue had success in one-score games, going 3-1. The wins came by a total of 12 points against Illinois, Nebraska, and Tennessee. Those three teams had a combined 15-22 record. Purdue must also replace its most dependable player on offense in wide receiver David Bell and its most disruptive force on defense in pass rusher George Karlaftis. Now, with this, just to kind of give you guys a preview, Purdue's schedule doesn't offer many breaks. They avoid Ohio State and Michigan. The Boilermakers will be on the road for games against Syracuse, Minnesota, Maryland, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Indiana. A lot of the winnable games will be played outside of West Lafayette. Indiana and home games against Penn State and Iowa won't be cakewalks. It took 18 years for Purdue to win 9 games after 2003. And while Tom Fornelli doesn't think it'll take another 18 for it to happen again, he thinks that Purdue will take a step back and won't win 9 games for at least 2 more years. So I always look at these articles from when they're obviously written on a national perspective, and you'll say, I mean, Tom Fornelli is not directly around Nebraska, not directly around Purdue, and I understand and I agree with you there. However, when we're looking at Nebraska and we look at this schedule, the national articles and the beat writers on just college football in general, in my opinion, make this discussion interesting, because how do they view the Big Ten West? How is the Big Ten viewed from an outside perspective? Because when the Big Ten is talked about in a national light, it's look what Brian Hartline is doing at Ohio State. They've gained 2 5-star commits at the wide receiver room for the 2023 class in the last 4 days. And that's what you're hearing on a national level about the Big Ten. But what about the Big Ten West? It's Purdue. It's a little bit of Nebraska, Minnesota, and PJ Fleck, I suppose.
PJ Fleck's always in the news.
He is, but this year is for his plastic surgery.
Sure. New face.
Fancy
you haven't heard much about Wisconsin or
but
Iowa.
Like, you don't hear about Wisconsin and Iowa, and that tells you that this division is not going to be difficult.
Is that? I mean, I don't know.
I just don't think it has that much respect.
I don't know if it's that or if it's just the fact that Wisconsin and Iowa don't do anything flashy. Even in the offseason, they're not out there getting, splash recruits. They're not out there getting splash transfer portal additions. What they're doing is they're, something that every team could learn from. They're putting their head down and working. They're getting things done in the offseason. They're learning the playbooks. They're getting bigger, stronger, faster. All of that stuff that everybody focuses on for every football team. Wisconsin and Iowa do that. They get the work done. So when it comes to the football season, they're ready to go, and they're putting in that work, and they'll finish the season with 8, 9, 10 wins every single year. And it won't look pretty, but they're going to win those games.
I seriously wonder, we always just have the discussion of how much respect the Big Ten has when it comes to college baseball, and it's next to none. And reading these articles and just kind of getting the national perspective on the Big Ten West specifically, when Tom Fornelli says that there's no clear favorite because you never know what to expect from any of the teams. Iowa could look ugly as hell and somehow grind out 9 wins. Wisconsin could look ugly and still win 9 games.
Yeah.
Like
Wisconsin doesn't have a quarterback and somehow win 9 games.
Graham Mertz is bad. He's bad.
He's not good.
He's bad. And if you need to look at that, go look at against Notre Dame last year.
Just look at his stats from last year. They're not
look
great.
at his stats. Yeah. So I truly wonder where the Big Ten West sits in national perspective and in national eyes, because there's no clear favorite. And within if you're somebody that pays attention to the Big Ten Conference, you look at the Big Ten West and it's, Nebraska looks good on paper, but they can look really good on paper as they have the last 4 years, not anywhere close to as good as they look on paper this year.
Well, paper doesn't win you games.
But then they go out and they're 3-9. Or you can have an Iowa, who I mentioned is ugly on the field, except they have a +10 turnover margin. and they just do all the ugly stuff to win games. And they screech out 9 wins, and then they go lose in the Big Ten title game.
The Big Ten West is an ugly it up division.
It is.
You got to get down dirty in the mud and figure out who's going to end up winning those games, because it's when you're playing in the Big Ten West, none of it's going to look pretty. None of these games look pretty.
Not good.
It's going to be running the ball, banging heads together. Somebody's going to get knocked out at some point, and we'll see who wins by a field goal at the end of the game.
Simply put, who's tougher? You were the guys on the other sideline. I think that's just the mentality. So I wanted to mention that. We'll go through specific how many transfer portal additions each team has had. I had it saved on my phone, and I can't find it right now. So I'll try to find that in the break. If not, we can always talk about Husker volleyball. They landed another top recruit, so we might discuss that.
I think that's 4 or 5 years in a row they get the number one recruit in the nation.
It's unbelievable. So we'll kind of dive into that a little bit, talk a little Husker volleyball. Maybe if we have an update on the Jello Shot Challenge, we'll let you know there. Texas A&M has extended their lead in elimination game. The game 1 of 2 today. Both are elimination games. Texas A&M leads Notre Dame 5-0 in the top of the 5th. The Aggies have runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody down in the 5th inning. So we'll keep you updated on that. But right now, we'll take our final timeout. We'll wrap up Tuesday's show coming up next on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
John Deere dealership is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Beatrice Bakery. They ship cakes all over the country. True story. But take a look inside their shop and you'd have no idea. This is a Nebraska product through and through. Not some massive production plant. Local people making delicious cake just for you. So go see them in their new storefront location in downtown Beatrice. Grab some grandma's fruit cake, some chocolate rum cake, or my favorite, the turtle nut cake. And say hi to Rick and the crew. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey, it's Kinsey Nicholas from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice or when I'm working out, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, smoke detectors, lighting, and ceiling fans, and more. They take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 and learn more at highelectric.com.
Work, laundry, dishes. I was exhausted. I needed a vacation, but finding a way to pay for it, not so easy. Then I found it. A research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. It was so easy. I earned cash for the study and booked that vacation. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them?
By their clothes,
their age,
the way they speak. Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 Food Bank Strong, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, presented by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey.
So me and Rico were just watching a video. If you guys have like the ESPN app on Roku or something, I highly suggest throughout the course of this College World Series, go and watch the ump cam that ESPN offers on their app if you have a Roku, or even just ESPN.com if you just have the watch ESPN or whatever.
It is magnificent.
Because it actually makes the game enjoyable, and you don't have to watch it for a length of time or anything like that. Just watch it for a half inning, because you kind of have the idea, you get the idea from the home plate umpire's perspective. Number one, how hard it is to hit a baseball. Number two, how hard it is to be an umpire when you have all this action going on. And if you're just a general baseball fan, you're saying how much, what's all this action? But seriously, having a guy swing a bat, having a catcher directly in front of you who's trying to move and trying to fool you by framing pitches and trying to move them back to the zone and anything like that. I mean, there's a lot of trust obviously in the catcher that you're not going to miss the ball and it's going to drill you in the face, but
please protect me.
It's really cool because it gives you an inside look on how hard it is to hit a baseball from their perspective on that stage, and what it's like to be an umpire and how tough of a job that is. I think we might be having more of appreciation for umpires if we looked at ump cam a little more serious or often.
I'm going to still criticize the umpires, but that's impossible.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm also going to criticize baseball players, but hitting a baseball is impossible.
Next to impossible. Texas A&M still leads 5-0 here.
It's like a 98-mile-per-hour cutter, and you couldn't see it till the last second.
Yeah, it's a blur. That's why batter's eyes are so important. Like not TD Ameritrade. Charles Schwab has like the green wall, and it's unbelievable. It's how it's important that batter's eyes actually benefit the hitter. So like at Haymarket Park, it's all the evergreen trees or the pine trees that are in center field. It gives them a background so that the ball shines and maybe is
something different.
Little more noticeable for the batter when it's coming at you at 90 plus miles an hour. So, is he going to go oppo? That was not even close. Hits it off the wall. Notre Dame's going to get a double here. In the bottom of the fifth, they are still trailing 5-0 against the Aggies of Texas A&M. With that in mind, I want to have this conversation tomorrow, Rico. What does this world look like if the College World Series isn't in Omaha?
Don't even think about that.
I want to have that conversation tomorrow.
Okay, we'll have that conversation tomorrow.
Because there's been a lot of discussion about ticket prices. There's been a lot of discussion about some of the changes that they've made. So they've obviously raised prices. I was telling Rico about the Evo Shields last night or yesterday when I went there this weekend and how much they jacked the price up on those. So and t-shirts are up. Normally their t-shirts are $25, but they're $40 this year. And so,
I mean, the thing is, no matter where you put it, it's going to continue to be that expensive.
It is, but I'm wondering that if it's in a bigger market, do more people go? Like, I think there's some mystique to it being in Nebraska.
Yeah. Omaha's a decent sized market.
Omaha is a decent sized market, and I think it fits
Where
really
else
well.
would you put it? Where are you going to put it in Boston?
No, I'm saying, what if it was in Fort Worth? at Globe Life Field. Like, that's what I'm saying. What if they ended up
Gross.
using a major league ballpark? Because
I think they
if
want to keep it in the middle of the country so then it's easier for everybody else to get to.
it would make sense.
You go to Kansas City.
KC. You could go to
But also Omaha,
Denver.
like Omaha's downtown, well, not the downtown, but kind of at the same time is kind of built around
the
like
stadium.
there's so many restaurants and
Yes.
things within walking distance of the stadium.
Yeah,
That
it's obviously a world that we don't want to live in because we're blessed. But when you're sitting here, this is something. I mean, we turned on the TV, Rico, and what did we say about the crowd? Empty,
little light.
It looks bare at a 1 p.m. in an elimination game.
And I jokingly said
Granted-
maybe they should jack the prices up of the tickets. Maybe they'll
So
get more people.
People will can buy them. But here's the thing: the ticket prices aren't the problem for the 1 p.m. games. General or the outfield seats for the 1 p.m. games are $8.
Yeah, the 1 p.m. games are normally light.
True. So I just wonder, like, what's it? Is there ever going to be a time that they don't have the College World Series in Omaha?
I don't
And
think
what's
so.
that do? What's that do to the market in Omaha?
I think
Kills
the
it.
NCAA likes having it in Omaha.
Kills it. Kills the market. So
It's that is a big economic boost just ripped out if they
think about it,
if they took it out of Omaha.
$63,000 for Rocco's
There you go.
on Jello shots in 4 days.
Wonder how much they make the rest of the year.
Probably close to 63 grand. Yikes, that'd be bad. All right, we got about a minute left here. Forgot to mention this yesterday. Rhonda Revelle signed a 1-year extension through 2026.
Give her all the monies.
So she's sticking around for one more year through, once again, 2026. Rhonda Revelle gets extended after their Big Ten championship. Other news, Husker Volleyball, we'll talk about this tomorrow as well since we didn't get to it today. Husker Volleyball gets a number 1 recruit another one, DJ Khaled emoji. Gets another number 1 overall recruit in the country to commit to play Nebraska. They just keep reloading, and they're building a dynasty for years to come. It's unbelievable. And I want to dive into the schedule a little bit because what games interest me and Rico. There's a lot of hard possibilities. Wisconsin, their non-con schedule is tough.
Looks so fun.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting volleyball season. We'll dive into all that and more tomorrow. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Have a good rest of your Tuesday. See ya.
Adios.
This is your